Ladies and gentlemen, fans of the Clemson Tigers, I am very excited for our guest on this episode of the Clemson Sports Show. Joining me today is none other than Josh Sapp, the latest addition to Clemson's 2022 class. Josh, how are you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Can't complain. I know this is a big day for you, man. It's one that you've been waiting on for a little bit. Been waiting for that Clemson offer, which you got on Thursday. Just talk to me a little bit about how these past few days have been going for you.
It's been going pretty good, man. Just talking to my family and been talking to keep in touch with the Clemson coaches, and I'm really excited to be joining Clemson, and just been working for it this whole year, and I'm glad to be a Tiger.
You've been working for it this whole year, been in touch with the coaching staff. You camped there at the school. What was it like on Thursday when you finally got the green light?
It was exciting for me and my family. Called my mom, called my dad, and I talked to my brother as well. But it was just fantastic, and I'm glad I got it called from Dabo himself. It was just awesome.
Okay, so head coach Dabo Swinney was the one who offered you then?
Yes, sir.
What was his overall message to you? What did he say to you during that conversation?
Well, really, he was just telling me like he was keeping his word with what he told me, and he just been loving the way I've been playing this year, and he said he really enjoyed how I did at the camp, and he's just been keeping his eyes on me, and he said it was official.
So when did you actually get the call? Because I know you told me as early back as early September that your recruitment was tied directly to Oscar Delp in terms of Clemson's pursuit of you. They were kind of waiting to see what Oscar would do. So Oscar commits Wednesday at 6 p.m. When did you get the call from Clemson?
It was around Thursday, around 12 o'clock.
Okay, so Thursday at 12 then?
Yes, sir.
When did you know that you were going to commit to Clemson? Because you announced that top three a day later. When did you know that you were going to be a Tiger?
Shoot, I ain't gonna lie, probably the next day.
You mentioned to me before that this was your dream school, essentially. Your dad, Patrick, obviously played for the program in the 1990s. You live in Greenville. What did it mean for you to finally realize that you would have that ability to play for your dream school?
Shoot, it was just a dream come true to me. Because I've been working on it, my game, man. And Clemson has always been a dream school of mine since I was younger, and it just feels right at home. And I can show my talents there and become the best player I can be. So it's just the right place for me.
Speaking of showcasing your talents, I got to see you in person last month. You're somebody who has receiver-like hands. You can block well. You're dynamic. You can go in the backfield. You've played running back for Greenville. Break down your skill set just a little bit for fans who haven't seen your game yet.
Really, just a player like me, I can just do a little bit of everything. I've always been playing multiple positions, and so overall, just athlete. But I love playing tight end because I can block and get dirty, and also get out and catch passes like a receiver. So, best position on the field.
Absolutely. And, looking at Clemson's use of tight ends this year, besides the last game in which Davis Allen got 8 receptions, they haven't involved them too much in the passing attack. Did that concern you a little bit, or do you feel like they'll be able to utilize you and others in the future going forward?
Not. It didn't really I didn't really pay attention to it. But I knew Coach Elliott because he loves tight ends, so I knew he was going to end up evolving around him. They just had to find the right player to use it, like an all-around player. So, and I feel Allen is the right guy for that, and I feel I can bring that as well.
When looking at your skill set, what's the biggest improvement you feel like you've made from, let's say, earlier this year to right now?
Definitely blocking. I've been mainly trying to work on blocking this whole year with my offensive line coach, Coach Lamb, and just been working with him. So I feel like my blocking has gotten a lot better.
So, Josh, I want to skip on over to your recruitment. You said it was a relatively smooth process for you. The other 2 schools in your top 3 besides Clemson were Appalachian State and Georgia State. Can you talk to me a little bit about what it was like to choose the Tigers over those 2 schools that you had an offer from for several months heading into this decision?
Yeah, those colleges are great places, and they got great people. And Coach Stepp, Coach Watts, those are just great people. The head coach is there, but it wasn't a hard decision, but because those guys, they kind of already knew what the overall plan was, so it was cool with it, and I got to talk to them and let them know, and they all wish me well, and I still keep in touch with those guys still.
Was it a little bit difficult waiting on Clemson? Because, I've spoken with Antonio Williams, who's hoping for a Clemson offer as well. And he said at some point, I got to move my recruitment forward. Was it a little bit difficult waiting for the Tigers, knowing that you didn't want to hold off your recruiting process? Or was it something where all schools involved knew of it?
Well, really, it was some schools were kind of like pressuring me and stuff, but my dad and my Coach Lamb, they were just telling me to continue to be patient, be patient. So I just went along with the process, and it all ended up well.
So I want to talk about your dad a little bit. Like I mentioned before, he played for the Tigers in the 90s. He was a quarterback turned linebacker. What did he say to you about donning the orange and white? What it meant for him and what it may mean for you?
Well, definitely some big shoes to fill, but I'm also gonna create my own path and do my own thing. But he was excited. He loved it for me, but also like throughout the whole process, he didn't just want me to like be held down to Clemson. He wanted me to go wherever I fit best, and so I happen to be Clemson where I fit best now.
Talk to me a little bit about your fit. How do you feel like you'll fit in that offense?
Definitely. I think I'll definitely be a good person for their offense because I can block and I can get out there and spread out and run routes and catch the ball as well. So overall tight end. So I feel I'm a good fit for the offense.
So you talked before about having some big shoes to fill. Obviously, anytime any player who comes to Clemson realizes that the expectations are sky high, and the 2022 class could potentially be the class that helps to get things right back on track after this season. I want to talk to you a little bit about what you've seen thus far from them. They're 4-2. They haven't played at that preseason kind of expectation. What have been your overall thoughts on the Tigers?
Well, shoot, Clemson, we still got a heck of players, man, but it's just we don't have a lot of the pieces like we used to have, but overall we're still a good team, man. So I just feel like we're starting to get our offense going now, and I think things are going to start looking better for us.
What's kind of the biggest improvement you think that offense needs to make, whether it's from now until the rest of the season or by the time you and those other 2022 guys get on campus?
Definitely improvements and more routes with the tight end and running game. They're doing a good job with the run game, and I think they could get a lot better in the passing game. Some receivers been dropping stuff, but they'll get better as the season gets on.
For sure. And, I know you're definitely excited about the opportunity to play with not only potentially DJ, but also Cade Klubnik, who's a member of the 2022 class as well. Can you talk a little bit about Cade as a quarterback, what you've kind of seen from him, what your excitement level is to play with him in the future?
Definitely, man. He's a great quarterback. I've been watching some of his films, and he makes the right decisions. He's an athlete, can run. So I feel like we'll have a lot of fun playing with each other.
For sure, man. And this 2022 class is obviously not finished just yet. 13 commits, including yourself. Are there any guys that you're personally going to be going after that you're like, okay, here are the top 1 or 2 guys I need to go after?
Well, I know running receiver that's committed, Adam Randall. Mm-hmm. I know he's going to be a dog against Clemson, man. So I definitely want to compete with him some. And that's really about – also Jaden Lucas. So I know I'll be going against him some as well.
So you don't know any guys just yet that you're going to be personally recruiting? Like I know Andre Green is a target for them, Trevor Etienne on offense too. Do you know any guys that you'd probably want to recruit?
Shoot, not really. Just I know a lot of guys from our class though that I'll be going against. So.
For sure. And Josh, want to kind of switch on over back to the coaching staff again. I know that Tony Elliott is somebody that you've been in communication with, that you've been talking with the most from the staff. Can you talk to me a little bit about your relationship with him? and what he would be telling you throughout this whole process?
Man, Coach Elliott, he's a great guy. So ever since we had camp, he's been teaching me a lot of things about just different stuff, like coaching me up routes and my stance and coming off. So throughout the season so far, he's just been telling me little things about my game and basically just coaching me up as the season's been going on. But we have a great relationship.
Who's Coach Elliott as a coach? On the football field, what's his coaching style like? If you can let some insight into that.
Definitely, he's a great teacher. So he's a perfectionist. He's gonna make sure everything's right and just little things. Just even if you do a good job, he's still gonna let you know if something's wrong.
And off the field, obviously he was in touch with you. I imagine he was in touch with your parents as well. What was that overall communication like with not only yourself but your family?
It was smooth. He just feels like a family member, man. He's a great guy just off the field and just a great guy overall.
All right, Josh, let's take a little bit of a peek ahead into the future. You're going to be all right, 3, 2, 1. All right, Josh, let's take a little bit of a peek ahead into the future. You're obviously going to be there for about 3 to 5 years at Clemson. Tell me a little bit about your goals for your tenure with the Tigers, personal, team goals. Which ones do you have?
Team goals, definitely try and win as many championships as we can. Personal goals, definitely I want to try and break some records at Clemson. So try and break as many records as I can, receiving and all that stuff at tight end. So
yeah. Now, Josh, you talk about winning as many championships as you can. Obviously, Clemson fans are a little bit nervous about what they've seen from the team thus far this season. Some people think it's the end of the dynasty. I already kind of asked you this question before, but how would you address those concerns that people may have?
Well, shoot. I mean, I still feel good about our team. It's just I only lost 2 games so far, but we just don't have as many pieces as we did the years before. But we still have an overall good team, so we can still make a championship run for sure.
So you think a lot of those issues that they have are correctable with the right pieces and even DJ getting just another year in the offense?
Oh, yes, sir. Definitely. All the stuff that's been going on is definitely fixable. It's just been little things that's been killing us so far, but I think we can get the job done.
Now, one of the parts of, the team that will definitely need a little bit of improvement as well is the offensive line, and they're going to be adding some depth there with your teammate, Colin Sadler. What was his reaction when you told him that you're going to be going to Clemson at the next level?
Man, he was excited, but he just told me we're going to definitely get to work during this offseason. So, yeah, I love getting in the weight room with him, man. He always trying to kill me, but it's all work.
So what is that like, that you are going to be future Clemson Tigers, obviously trying to win as many games as you can in the playoffs here? How exciting is that going to be over these next few weeks?
It's going to be really exciting because I'm glad I'm going to school with one of my teammates, friends. So it'll be great overall knowing I can work with him, strength work with him, of course, because, man, Colin's a dang maniac in the weight room. But it'll be awesome, man.
Now, Josh, before we close up this interview, and once again, I appreciate your time being able to speak with us ahead of your decision here. Can you talk a little bit about what improvements you feel like you may need to make over the offseason once you get to Clemson's campus? What do you feel like you need to improve on in your game?
Definitely getting bigger, faster, stronger, and really just working on blocking, continue working on blocking as well, and just overall just sharpening my game. So
with you being 6'2", you're 6'2", right?
6'3".
Okay, so you're 6'3". Do you think there's a potential of you developing maybe into a wide receiver? Has that kind of been brought up by Clemson staff, or just something that you've thought about?
Nah, not really. It's just been straight tight end so far. So, but I play whatever they want me at.
Absolutely, you're a team player, man. If you all get a chance to watch Josh's highlights, you'll see he plays running back, he goes out in the slot, goes out on the outside. So you definitely do whatever it takes to win football games. The last thing I do want to ask you, Josh, and not even really a question, if you had a chance to speak directly to Tiger Nation, which you're doing right now, what would be your overall message to Clemson's fan base?
Well, just know you guys got a dog coming, so we're gonna be going to work and try and win some championships for y'all.
Got a dog coming to become a Tiger. Josh, thank you so much for your time once again, and congratulations on committing to Clemson.
Thank you.
You all take care now. And if you have some time, click that like button. If you're on our YouTube page, hit subscribe and follow us on our podcast page. We'll be coming back with more content on ClemsonSports.com later on. Thank you all.